The human ship landed with a soft hum on the alien planet's surface. The sky glowed in shades of green and gold, and enormous trees stretched toward the heavens, their leaves shimmering like glass. The human, named Aaron, stepped out carefully, scanning the landscape. He had seen many planets, but none were like this. Strange animals with glowing patterns moved in the distance, and the air smelled sharp and sweet. Aaron adjusted his tools. His mission was simple: repair a communication satellite that had stopped sending signals. The satellite was part of a network that allowed nearby human ships to communicate across the galaxy. If he failed, other explorers might lose contact. As he climbed the rocky path to the satellite, he noticed movement behind the trees. Large, elegant figures appeared, moving with a grace he had never seen in any species before. Their skin shimmered faintly under the sunlight. At first, he thought they were guardians of the forest, but one figure stepped forward. She was the most beautiful being Aaron had ever seen. Her skin glowed softly, and her eyes were a deep violet that seemed to hold centuries of wisdom. She wore a flowing outfit that reflected the sunlight, like liquid silver. Every movement she made was graceful, yet powerful. Aaron's hands froze on his tools. "I am Princess Liara," she said, her voice musical and calm. "Who are you, human, and why are you here?" Aaron swallowed. "I'm Aaron. I come in peace. I'm just here to repair the communication satellite." "I didn't mean to intrude." Princess Liara tilted her head. She studied him with curiosity. Unlike other beings of her planet, Aaron looked ordinary, fragile even. Yet, there was something about the way he moved, calm, confident, and observant, that made her pause. Most humans she had heard of were clumsy and loud. This one felt different. "Repair it?" she asked. "Do you know what you are doing?" Aaron nodded. "I've repaired hundreds of satellites. I can handle this one." He smiled politely. "It seems simple enough, though I've never seen one like this here." The princess's expression softened slightly. She stepped closer, curious to watch him work. "Very well, but know this, human. My people do not take kindly to trespassers." Aaron nodded again. "I understand. I don't want trouble. I just want to fix this so my people can communicate safely." Liara watched him climb the ladder to the satellite. She noticed how he worked with patience and precision. He examined every cable, every panel, as if he could see its purpose in a single glance. In contrast, her engineers would have rushed, relying on complex tools and energy fields. Aaron used only basic devices, yet his method was effective, efficient, and clever. Suddenly, a loud crack echoed from above. A branch as thick as a tree trunk had broken under the wind. It fell toward Aaron. Without thinking, Liara raised a hand, and a small energy shield stopped the branch mid-air. Aaron jumped back, startled. "Are you going to attack me?" he asked, wide-eyed. Liara shook her head. "No, I protect, not harm." "But you humans are reckless sometimes." Aaron chuckled nervously. "I guess that is true." He turned back to the satellite. The branch had barely scratched it, but he checked carefully. Then he noticed another problem: a panel loose on the side. Without hesitation, he climbed carefully, tightened it, and adjusted the power flow. Sparks danced briefly, then the satellite hummed smoothly. A green light blinked steadily. Liara's eyes widened. "You fixed it." "Just like that?" Aaron wiped his brow. "Yes, it wasn't too complicated." He smiled modestly, but he could feel her gaze, like she was studying every move he made. She floated closer, her eyes filled with curiosity. "You do not look like someone who could solve such a problem. Yet, you did it without hesitation. Humans are surprising." Aaron shrugged. "We adapt. We find ways. I guess that's part of being human." Liara nodded slowly. She had heard Stories about human ingenuity, but seeing it in action was different. He had no advanced energy shields, no telepathic senses, no centuries of training in alien technology, just hands, tools, and thinking. And yet, he had succeeded where many of her engineers might have failed. The wind shifted suddenly, and the shimmering leaves rustled. Liara motioned with her hand, creating a small protective barrier around the satellite to shield Aaron from falling debris. She noticed how he kept working calmly, even under pressure. Most beings would have panicked. "You are brave," she said quietly. "And calm. That is unusual." Aaron paused and looked at her. "I guess I've faced dangerous situations before. I focus on the task, not the fear." Liara smiled faintly. "Perhaps that is why I feel drawn to you." She blinked quickly, as if she had said too much. Aaron looked at her curiously, but didn't ask. Somehow he felt she was different. Not just a ruler, but someone who saw the world with eyes unlike anyone else. The work was done. Aaron climbed down and tested the communication signals. The lights on the satellite blinked in a rhythm that meant success. He checked his data pad and nodded. "It's all working now. Your people should have full communication again." Liara approached, her violet eyes soft. "I watched you carefully. You are remarkable, human, not just clever, but strong in ways that matter." Aaron laughed softly. "I'm just doing my job." "You are more than your job," she said, her voice gentle. "You have a mind, a heart, and courage. Few of your kind would have handled this as you did. I wish—" She paused, as if considering her words. "I wish humans could be more like you." Aaron blinked. "That's kind of you to say." For a moment, they stood in silence, the alien wind brushing around them. The princess's gaze followed him as he packed his tools, her thoughts filled with curiosity and admiration. She had never met anyone like this human before. He was ordinary and extraordinary at the same time. "You may return safely to your ship, human," Liara finally said. "But know this. Your presence has left a mark here. I will remember you." Aaron smiled politely. "Thank you, Princess. It was an honor to meet you." She inclined her head, watching him leave. Deep inside, she felt a stirring she could not yet understand. Humans were strange, unpredictable, and daring, and somehow they fascinated her. As Aaron's ship lifted off and disappeared into the sky, Liara turned back toward her palace. The trees shimmered in the fading light, but her mind was on the human who had fixed the satellite with nothing but his hands and courage. "He is unlike anyone I've ever met," she whispered to herself. "I wish I could meet more like him, or perhaps even be closer to him someday." And in that moment, a connection was made, one that would grow in ways neither human nor alien could yet imagine. Aaron's ship hovered quietly over the alien city. From above, the metropolis looked like a living jewel. Towers of crystal rose high into the sky, reflecting the green and gold light of the planet's sun. Streets curved like rivers, and hovering, vehicles moved smoothly between the buildings. Aaron's mission was simple: deliver reports about the repaired satellite and return home. Yet he could not shake the feeling that this visit would be different. He was greeted by a small group of officials from the palace. Their eyes glowed faintly, and their manner was formal, almost rigid. Aaron felt their curiosity and suspicion. They had never seen a human in person. Most of their knowledge about humans came from old stories, tales of chaotic explorers, clumsy adventurers, and reckless travelers. Aaron hoped to show them another side. "Follow me," said one of the officials, their voice precise and calm. They led Aaron through wide corridors and glowing halls. The walls were adorned with moving artwork, showing history, science, and the accomplishments of their people. Aaron admired it silently. He had seen advanced civilizations before, but the elegance here was remarkable. Finally, they reached a grand chamber. Princess Liara stood at the center, waiting. She wore a ceremonial outfit that shimmered like starlight. Her presence filled the room with quiet power. As Aaron stepped forward, he noticed the way her eyes softened at his approach. "Welcome to my city, human," Liara said. "I hope you find our customs unusual but not unpleasant." Aaron bowed slightly, trying to show respect. "It is an honor, Princess Liara. Your city is incredible." Liara smiled faintly. "Thank you. We value beauty and precision. You, human, value practicality and problem-solving. That is different. It is not always appreciated here." Aaron nodded. "I try to solve problems the best I can. I did not mean to disrupt anything." She studied him carefully. "Yet you did not disrupt. You fixed something important. That is rare for your kind." Before he could answer, the officials whispered among themselves. Aaron noticed their tension. The alien court clearly debated whether a human deserved the princess's attention. Some seemed disapproving, while others were curious like Liara. "You must understand," Liara continued. "My people are cautious. We respect knowledge, skill, and wisdom. Humans are unpredictable. That is why I watch you with interest." Aaron swallowed. He had been in dangerous situations before, but this was different. This was not about fixing machines or surviving storms. He had to navigate customs, politics, and judgment, all without offending anyone. As the day passed, Liara arranged for Aaron to see different aspects of her world. He visited laboratories where alien scientists studied energy flows, wildlife, and advanced technology. Aaron asked questions, shared ideas, and even suggested small improvements to their systems. To his surprise, some of the younger scientists listened carefully. "You humans think differently," one of them said. "You do not rely on centuries of knowledge, yet you solve problems quickly." Aaron smiled. "Sometimes new eyes see solutions old eyes miss." Liara watched from a distance. She felt pride mixed with admiration. Humans were simple in appearance, yet complex in thought. Aaron did not have their advanced abilities or training, but he was creative, clever, and brave. She could not stop, comparing him to her people. Later, they visited the palace gardens. Exotic flowers glowed softly in the evening light. Water flowed in channels that reflected the stars above. Aaron walked carefully, taking in every detail. He noticed small creatures, hopping among the flowers, harmless but alert. "You seem at ease here," Liara observed. "Even though you are far from home." Aaron shrugged. "I try to learn the place first, then act. I think that helps." Liara tilted her head. "Most humans would panic in a strange place, yet you move carefully, observe, and adapt. That is admirable." As they walked together, a minor problem occurred. A small energy conduit in the garden malfunctioned, sending sparks into the flowing water. Alien gardeners froze, unsure how to handle it. Aaron moved quickly. He found a small control panel, studied it, and rerouted the energy safely. Within moments, the conduit was stable, and the water flowed smoothly again. The court officials gasped. Liara's eyes widened. "You handled that without hesitation?" she asked. Aaron shrugged lightly. "It needed fixing. It was simple once I understood it." Liara felt a mix of awe and curiosity. This human could think quickly under pressure, remain calm, and act with confidence. In her society, such abilities were rare. They were valuable. They were attractive. As the evening ended, Liara led Aaron to a quiet terrace overlooking the city. The lights of the metropolis twinkled like stars. The wind carried soft scents of flowers and minerals. She spoke softly. You are different from any human I have heard of, she said. Most rely on strength or knowledge. You rely on both, and on judgment. That is rare. Aaron looked at her. I guess humans are unpredictable. We can surprise people. Liara smiled faintly. Yes, you surprise me, in ways I cannot explain. Aaron laughed softly, feeling more at ease. I hope that is good, not bad. It is good, she replied. Very good. She looked away for a moment, then back at him. I wonder why your kind is not more like you. Aaron shrugged. Maybe that is why I am here, to show it is possible. Liara felt a strange warmth. Humans were not just capable, they inspired admiration, even affection. She had never expected to meet a human who could hold her attention like this. As Aaron left the terrace to rest for the night, Liara stood alone, staring at the stars. She whispered quietly, almost to herself, I wish I could marry someone like you, human. But that may never be possible. Even as she said it, a spark of hope glimmered in her mind. Perhaps in time the human and the princess could find a way to bridge their worlds. And somewhere deep inside, Aaron wondered about her words. He did not yet understand their meaning, but he knew this visit would change both their lives forever. The next morning, Aaron awoke to the soft hum of the alien city. The sunlight filtered through crystal windows, painting the room in green and gold hues. He had slept well, but a sense of unease lingered. Something told him this day would not be ordinary. Sure enough, as he and Princess Liara walked through the palace courtyard, an alarm echoed across the city. The sound was low, vibrating, and urgent. Citizens paused, their glowing eyes filled with concern. Liara's expression hardened. What is happening? Aaron asked. Liara did not answer immediately. She pointed toward the outer district. A wild energy surge has destabilized the northern power grid. If it is not corrected quickly, parts of the city could collapse. Aaron frowned. I can help. Show me the way. Liara hesitated for a moment. Normally, humans were not allowed in these high-risk areas. But she had seen his skill, his calm in the face of danger, and she trusted him. Come with me, she said. You must follow closely. They moved quickly, stepping over glowing pathways and through corridors lined with floating lights. Citizens watched them pass, murmuring. Some looked worried, others intrigued. A human working alongside the princess was a rare sight indeed. When they arrived, Aaron saw the scale of the problem. Energy conduits, thick and pulsing, ran across the area. Sparks flew erratically. The ground shook slightly as the city's systems struggled to stabilize. Alien engineers were frozen in indecision, unsure how to act under such pressure. Aaron knelt, studying the conduits. The problem is a feedback loop, he said, pointing at a junction panel. If we don't reroute the flow and release pressure, it could trigger a chain reaction. Liara nodded. Do what you must. I will assist you. Together, they worked. Aaron instructed the alien engineers, showing them which levers and panels to adjust. He moved carefully, using both hands and logic to stabilize the conduits. Liara floated beside him, her energy manipulation skill helping to redirect dangerous arcs of electricity. Sparks danced around them, but neither flinched. Aaron noticed the princess was not just observing, she was actively assisting. Her precision and control were impressive, yet she lacked his practical hands-on approach. Aaron combined their skills, guiding her while acting himself. Minutes passed, but it felt like hours. The energy surge roared and hissed, threatening to overwhelm them. Aaron stayed calm, speaking in short, clear instructions. Pressure valve 3, turn clockwise slowly. Divert panel 4 to conduit 6. Now stabilize. Liara followed without hesitation. Her violet eyes never left him. In the heat of the moment, she realized just how remarkable humans could be. Quick-thinking, adaptable, and fearless. Finally, with a last coordinated effort, the feedback loop was broken. The conduits hummed steadily, the city's systems stabilized, and the sparks ceased. Engineers cheered quietly, amazed that a human had helped save their city. Liara exhaled, her shoulders relaxing for the first time since the alarm. She turned to Aaron. "You did it. You saved this district." Aaron wiped his brow. "We did it together. You helped too." "No," she said softly. "You led. You guided the solution. Without you, it would have failed. Humans, you are exceptional." Aaron smiled, a bit embarrassed. "I just stayed calm and figured it out. That's what I do." Liara stepped closer, her voice quiet. "You do not know the effect you have on others. My people are in awe. They do not see a human work like this often." Aaron looked around at the alien engineers. Some nodded respectfully, others stared in disbelief. He realized that in this moment, he had earned their trust and admiration, not through strength or power, but through intelligence, courage, and calm action. As the tension faded, Liara spoke again, her tone more personal. "I watched you carefully. Aaron, even in danger, you remained steady, brave, clever. You inspire confidence." Aaron felt warmth at her words. "I guess it comes from facing challenges before. I try to focus on the solution, not the fear." Liara's eyes softened. She had never felt this way toward anyone outside her people. Humans were unpredictable, and yet here was one who moved through danger with a balance of calm and action. It was fascinating. The citizens began to gather, curious about the two who had restored stability. Aaron and Liara walked among them, explaining the steps they had taken to prevent future problems. The crowd listened intently. Aaron realized that beyond just fixing the problem, he had earned respect, not just for himself, but for humanity. Later, in a quiet garden near the palace, Liara finally spoke her thoughts aloud. "You see, Aaron, humans are often underestimated. Many of my people think you are weak or foolish, but you prove otherwise. I wish more of your kind were like you." Aaron laughed softly. "Well, I can't speak for all humans, but I do try to make a difference when I can." Liara studied him silently. She wanted to say more, but words failed her. Instead, she extended a hand toward him. "Walk with me," she said, and he followed. They strolled beneath glowing trees, the city lights reflecting in the flowing water of the garden. For the first time, Liara felt a connection that went beyond admiration. There was respect, curiosity, and something warmer. Something that made her wonder if humans could be more than visitors in her world. Aaron noticed her gaze. "Princess," he asked. "You are unlike anyone I have ever met," she admitted. "Clever, brave, calm, and kind. It is strange to feel drawn to someone so different from us." Aaron smiled. "I guess it's mutual. I admire you too. You are remarkable, and this city, your people, it's amazing." Liara nodded, a faint blush touching her cheeks. "Perhaps. One day, humans and my people could learn more from each other. But for now, I am glad you are here, Aaron." As night fell, the stars reflected in the city below, Aaron realized that this mission was no longer just about satellites or repairs. He had faced danger, solved problems, and begun forming a bond with a being unlike any other he had met. And Princess Liara, standing beside him under the starlit sky, thought to herself quietly, almost to the wind, "This human, I wish I could stay near him always. But the future is uncertain, still." I cannot stop thinking about him. The day after the energy crisis, Aaron was invited to the palace gardens again. This time, it was not a mission or a problem to solve. Princess Liara wanted him to see more of her culture, to understand her people, and perhaps to understand her as well. The gardens stretched across terraces of sparkling crystal. Waterfalls tumbled from one level to another, glowing softly in the morning light. Strange flowers, some the size of small trees, released gentle mist that shimmered in the sun. Birds with radiant feathers sang in harmony, and small animals peeked curiously from behind glowing leaves. Aaron moved carefully, his eyes wide with admiration. He had seen many worlds, but nothing compared to this. He felt a quiet respect for the care and detail the aliens had put into their home. "Do you like it?" Liara asked, floating beside him. "It's incredible," Aaron said. "I've never seen anything like it. The design, the creatures, everything. It's amazing." Liara smiled faintly. "We believe beauty and knowledge go together. Every plant, every path, every light is meant to teach or inspire." Aaron nodded. "It shows. You and your people value both thought and feeling. That's rare." They walked in silence for a moment, watching a small creature with luminous wings skim the surface of a glowing pond. Then, Liara spoke again, her tone softer. "You humans. You act differently from anyone I know. You face danger, think quickly, and adapt. And yet, you do not boast or demand recognition. That is unusual." Aaron shrugged. "I don't think about it that way. I just do what I need to do." Liara studied him closely. She could see it in his eyes, calm, confidence, and honesty. In her society, many hid their true thoughts to appear powerful or wise. Aaron's openness was refreshing, even startling. "I watched you yesterday," she said quietly. "You saved the city, not with strength alone, but with thought and courage. My people admire action and knowledge. You combine both. That is rare." Aaron smiled slightly. "I guess I'm just used to thinking on my feet. It's something humans do when we have to survive." Liara's gaze softened. "Yes, I see that. It is not just skill. It is character. And that is what draws me to you." Aaron felt a warmth he had not expected. He had faced countless challenges in his life, but none like this, being admired for who he was rather than what he could do. He looked at Liara and nodded respectfully. "You honor me with your words, Princess. I appreciate it." They walked further into the gardens, where a quiet pavilion awaited. Soft light filtered through crystal windows, casting dancing patterns on the floor. Here, Liara wished to share something more personal with him. "Tell me about your world, Aaron," she said. "About humans, how you live, what you value." Aaron smiled. "Well, humans are simple in some ways, complex in others. We survive by working together, by helping each other, and by thinking creatively. We make mistakes, but we learn from them. And we value honesty, courage, and loyalty. Those things matter more than strength or wealth." Liara listened intently, her violet eyes reflecting curiosity and admiration. "Honesty, courage, loyalty. Your people believe in things that are difficult to measure, yet you act by them. That is inspiring." Aaron laughed softly. "I guess humans are full of surprises. Some are brave, some are clever, some are less reliable." Liara's lips curved into a small smile. "I like the brave ones," she said lightly. "The clever ones, and perhaps the unusual ones." Aaron's heart skipped a beat. He had not expected her words to carry a personal meaning, but he felt it clearly. Liara's attention, her admiration, It was directed at him, not just humans. In general, I appreciate that, he said quietly. It's rare to meet someone who sees people clearly, not just what they appear to be. Liara floated closer, her expression thoughtful. And I see you clearly, Aaron. I see your mind, your courage, and your heart. Few humans and few beings of any kind impress me so fully. Aaron felt a strange mix of pride and humility. He had accomplished many things in his life, but this understanding from a being as wise and powerful as Liara, was unlike anything he had ever experienced. They continued walking in silence, each lost in thought. The connection between them was growing, built on respect, shared experiences, and subtle admiration. In her society, feelings were often controlled, measured, and hidden. But with Aaron, Liara felt free to express something more. Something genuine and human. Finally, Liara stopped beside a glowing pond. Aaron, I must admit something, she said softly. I admire you in ways I cannot fully explain, not just for what you do, but for who you are. Brave, clever, honest, human. I wish. Aaron looked at her, sensing the weight of her words. You wish what? He asked gently. Liara looked away, then back at him, her voice almost a whisper. I wish I could find more like you. And perhaps I wish you could stay near me. Aaron's chest tightened. He had felt the pull between them growing, but hearing it spoken aloud was different. Liara, I feel the same, he admitted. I admire you. You are wise, strong, and kind. Being near you, it matters. Liara's violet eyes softened, and a faint blush touched her cheeks. She floated closer, almost within reach. Perhaps, in time, our worlds could find a way. But for now, I am grateful to know you, Aaron. He nodded, understanding. I am grateful too, and I want to learn more about you, your people, your world. For a long moment, they stood by the pond, the quiet sound of water flowing around them. Neither spoke, but both felt the bond deepening. A bond of mutual respect, admiration, and the beginnings of something more. Liara's mind was filled with thoughts she had never allowed herself before. Humans were strange, unpredictable, and sometimes reckless. And yet, here was one who had touched her heart and mind in a way no one else ever had. Aaron, too, realized that this journey was no longer just about exploration or duty. It was about connection, understanding, and perhaps something deeper. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, casting golden reflections across the garden, Liara whispered to herself, almost as if the wind could carry it to him. You are unlike anyone I've ever known, Aaron. I wish I could stay near you forever. And somewhere, deep inside, Aaron felt the same pull, even if he did not yet fully understand it. The following morning, Aaron awoke to a soft alarm from his ship. He had barely slept. The excitement of the previous days had kept his mind racing. He was ready to continue his work and enjoy his brief stay on the alien planet, but soon learned that his presence had caused unexpected ripples in the palace. Princess Liara arrived to find him reviewing his reports. Her face was calm, but Aaron noticed a hint of worry in her violet eyes. Aaron, we must speak, she said, her voice steady but serious. Aaron closed his datapad. What is it, Princess? Liara motioned for him to follow. They walked through the palace corridors, her steps light but purposeful. She led him to a council chamber, a vast room with crystal walls and high ceilings. Around a circular table sat the council of elders, their faces stern, their eyes glowing faintly. Some looked curious. Others, Aaron realized quickly, looked displeased. "The council wishes to speak with you," Liara said quietly. "They have questions about your presence and your role here." Aaron nodded, feeling the tension rise. He had expected curiosity, maybe admiration, but not formal scrutiny from the council itself. One of the elders, a tall being with silver hair that flowed like liquid metal, spoke first. "Human, you have aided Princess Liara and saved part of our city. Yet many of us question whether your presence is appropriate. You are not of our world. Can a human truly understand the responsibilities of our culture?" Aaron straightened. "I may not be of your world, but I respect your people and your customs. I want only to help, to learn, and to cooperate. I do not claim to know everything, but I can contribute." Another elder, his voice sharp and firm, spoke next. "Your actions yesterday were bold, but boldness alone does not equate to wisdom. Why should we trust a being so foreign, who does not understand the consequences of our laws and traditions?" Aaron met their gaze calmly. "Because I act with reason, care, and honesty. I don't rely on fear or intimidation. I solve problems by understanding them. I may be different, but my methods work, and sometimes being different helps your people see solutions they might miss." Liara observed him closely. She had never felt more admiration for a human. His courage, his calm in front of authority, and his ability to speak truth without arrogance impressed her. But she also knew the council would not be easily swayed. One of the younger council members, a woman with emerald eyes, leaned forward. "Princess Liara, why do you trust this human so fully? Our customs are clear. Outsiders cannot be involved in sensitive matters of governance. Yet you allow him influence over your city. Why?" Liara took a deep breath. "Because he has proven himself, not just in words, but in action. He saved our people when we needed it. He demonstrates courage, intelligence, and integrity. These are qualities we value. He has earned the right to be here." A murmur spread across the council. Some nodded in understanding, while others scowled. The elders exchanged glances, weighing Liara's words against their own doubts. Aaron spoke again, his voice calm but firm. "I do not seek power or recognition. I am here to help. If my actions have caused doubt or fear, I will do what I can to earn your trust. I am willing to learn your ways and prove myself further. I want only to serve your people, not disrupt them." The tall elder with the silver hair leaned back, considering him. "Humans are unpredictable. Many would act rashly. Yet, you have shown patience, cleverness, and respect. Perhaps you are an exception." Liara's eyes softened as she looked at Aaron. "That is all I ask of him, to be honest, capable, and respectful. He is not like others of his kind. He is exceptional." The council sat in silence for a moment. Then the elder spoke again. "Very well. We will allow the human to remain under careful observation. He must continue to demonstrate his value, and Princess Liara will be accountable for his actions." Aaron nodded. "I understand. I will do my best to meet your expectations." As they left the chamber, Liara floated closer to him. "You handled that well," she said softly. "Many would have faltered, but you spoke with clarity and respect. You impressed them, me most of all." Aaron smiled faintly. "It wasn't easy, but I believe in honesty and action. That's what humans do." Liara laughed softly, a sound like wind through crystal leaves. "Yes, and that is why you are unlike anyone I have ever met. You face challenges without fear, speak truth without arrogance, and act with courage. My people are wary of outsiders, yet you have begun to earn their respect." Aaron's heart lifted. He had faced many obstacles in his life, but navigating alien politics was new. Yet he had done so not by force or charm, but by showing who he truly was, resourceful, honest, and brave. Later, in a private garden within the palace, Liara and Aaron walked among glowing flowers. "Aaron," she said, her voice gentle, "you have shown qualities that many of my people lack. Courage, intelligence, and integrity. I am proud to know you." Aaron looked at her, feeling warmth spread through his chest. "Thank you, Princess. That means a lot. I admire you too. You are wise, strong, and kind." Liara paused, her violet eyes meeting his. "Perhaps, one day, humans and my people could bridge the gap between our worlds. But for now, you must continue to show that your heart and mind are as capable as your hands." Aaron nodded. "I will. I want to help your people, not just today, but for as long as I can. I want to learn, adapt, and contribute." Liara smiled, a faint blush touching her cheeks. "And I will support you, Aaron. Even if others doubt, I know your worth." As night fell, the palace glowed softly. Citizens walked beneath floating lights, unaware of the tension that had taken place in the council chambers. But in their hearts, a small change was occurring. Humans, unpredictable and bold, could be more than strangers. They could be allies. And perhaps they could be something even more. Aaron stood beside Liara, looking out over the city. "Princess, whatever challenges come next, I will face them, with honesty, courage, and action." Liara's gaze softened. "And I will stand with you, human. Together, perhaps we can prove that hearts and minds, whether human or alien, can shape a better future." And as they stood there under the glowing city lights, both of them realized that their bond had grown stronger, not just through admiration, but through trust, respect, and shared purpose. The obstacles of politics and doubt could not break what had begun to form between them. The morning sun shimmered over the alien city, painting the crystal towers in golden and green hues. Aaron had spent the night reviewing systems and preparing reports, but he could not shake the excitement and tension in the air. Today, the council would officially evaluate his role in the city and decide whether humans could be trusted as allies. Princess Liara met him at the palace gates. Her violet eyes were bright, her expression both confident and anxious. "Aaron," she said softly, "today will determine much, but I know what I have seen. You are honest, brave, and clever. Trust yourself." Aaron nodded. "I will do my best, Princess. Whatever they ask, I will answer truthfully." The council chamber was packed. Elders and officials filled every seat, their eyes glowing in varying shades. Citizens had gathered outside, curious about the decision. Aaron felt the weight of their judgment, but drew strength from Liara's calm presence beside him. The tall elder with silver hair spoke first. "Human Aaron, you have assisted Princess Liara and our people in ways few outsiders could. You have demonstrated courage, intelligence, and respect. Yet, before we declare your role, we must test your understanding of our culture, your judgment, and your loyalty." Aaron straightened. "I understand. I am ready to answer any questions and face any challenge." The council began with questions about their customs, their laws, and the delicate balance of power in the city. Aaron listened carefully, answering honestly and thoughtfully. He did not rely on guesswork. He thought through each answer, showing insight into both the technical and social aspects of their society. A younger elder, skeptical but curious, leaned forward. "You speak wisely, human. But what would you do if a choice forced harm upon some to save others? Could you decide fairly?" Aaron took a deep breath. I would consider all options carefully. I would choose the path that protects the most while respecting the lives of all involved. I would act with courage and responsibility, not fear or selfishness, the council murmured. Some nodded in agreement. Others exchanged hesitant glances. Aaron had spoken plainly, honestly, and with thoughtfulness. That, they realized, was rare, even among their own kind. Then came the test of loyalty. The council asked him to solve a technical crisis, an energy fluctuation in one of the outer districts that could damage part of the city. Aaron immediately assessed the situation, coordinating with the alien engineers and using Liara's energy guidance. Within moments, the fluctuations stabilized, proving his skill and calm under pressure. Liara watched with quiet pride. She had seen his abilities before, but his composure and competence in front of the council made her admiration grow even stronger. Aaron was more than clever. He was trustworthy, brave, and honorable. Finally, the tall elder addressed the assembly. Aaron of Earth, you have proven your intellect, courage, and loyalty. More than that, you have shown respect for our people, our laws, and Princess Liara. You are no longer merely a visitor. You are an ally, and perhaps something even greater. Aaron bowed respectfully. Thank you, elders. I am honored. I will continue to serve with honesty and diligence. Liara stepped forward, her eyes shining. Aaron has shown us that humans, often underestimated, are capable of great wisdom, courage, and integrity. He has proven that hearts and minds, human or alien, can build understanding and trust. I stand by him. The council members nodded, some more reluctantly than others, but all recognizing the truth in Liara's words. Their judgment was final. Aaron was welcomed as an honored ally, a bridge between humans and her people. As the chamber emptied, Liara turned to Aaron. You did it. You earned their respect, and mine. More than I expected. Aaron smiled, feeling a mixture of relief and pride. I could not have done it without your trust and guidance, Princess. You believed in me even when others doubted. Liara floated closer, a soft smile playing on her lips. You inspired belief, Aaron, not just in me, but in all who watched. You are clever, brave, and honorable, and I wish... She hesitated, then whispered, I wish you could stay near me forever. Aaron's heart skipped a beat. He had felt the bond growing, but hearing it spoken aloud made it real. Liara, I want that too. I admire you, respect you, and I care for you. Her violet eyes softened, and she extended her hand toward him. Then perhaps this is only the beginning. Our worlds may be different, but our hearts can find a way. Aaron took her hand gently, feeling warmth and certainty in her touch. Together we can learn from each other, protect each other, and maybe even change what our people think of one another. Liara nodded, a faint blush touching her cheeks. Yes, we can do that. Humans are bold, clever, and brave, and you have shown me why. The city below shimmered under the alien sun, reflecting their bond. Citizens and officials alike could feel the change, the recognition that humans were not just strangers, but capable allies, worthy of respect and perhaps even friendship on a deeper level. Aaron and Liara walked together through the palace gardens, no longer bound by caution or uncertainty. Their connection had grown through shared challenges, mutual respect, and understanding. The past days had tested courage, wisdom, and heart, and both had passed. As the sun set, the crystal towers glowed softly in green and gold. Aaron looked at Liara, his smile gentle. This is a new beginning, Princess, for me, for your people, and perhaps for humans and aliens alike. Liara smiled, her eyes reflecting the colors of the sky. Yes, Aaron, a beginning built on respect, trust, and perhaps something more. For the first time, she allowed herself to feel hope, not just for her people, but for a future that included this human who had changed everything. Aaron squeezed her hand gently. "I promise to do my best, Princess, and to stand by you, whatever comes." Liara nodded, feeling the truth in his words. "And I will stand by you, Aaron. Together, perhaps we can show our worlds what it means to be brave, clever, and human." And under the alien sky, two worlds began to connect. Through courage, wisdom, and the bond of a human and an alien princess who had come to see each other not as strangers, but as something extraordinary.